250 on the line then for race 2. Another good line up here and a nice even break as they come down the first turn. They go, Richard Tritton takes on the lead from Sean Neal. And Tim Taylor. Rather green grassy on that first turn, and these 250 boys having to take it a little bit easy. These two-stroke engines rev up so quick they can spin you around in a circle in no time. Then Phil Ranson in third, making his way up through the field. Two eastern centre riders battling it out for second place. Richard Sims though well and truly clear. Richard Smith and Phil Ranson having a right ding-dong battle there. What's that second place? Phil Ranson had a fast and wide line, but Richard Smith gets through. Cornelius now mixing it in fourth place, waiting for those front two to knock it together in battle. And Cornelius waiting for a mistake there. Can he come through? Phil Ranson goes at the inside of number 33, Richard Smith, into that turn, but Richard Sims knows nothing about this. He's not waiting to take the last lap flag, just one lap to go. Richard Smith now in second place. Phil Ranson and Brian Cornelius side by side. Brian taking a very tight line into that turn, trying to separate those two men. Got himself a good third at the moment, trying to go past Richard Smith. When the going gets tricky, Brian Cornelius gets going. Past Richard Smith and now on the tail of Phil Ranson. 180. Richard Sims that wins. Second place then to Brian Cornelius. Third place Phil Ranson. Fourth Richard Smith. Fifth Sean Neal. Then Tim Taylor and Colin Osborne right close together. And a little bit of a gap back to number 77, Neil Martin. And the official result of race number 2, the 250cc solos, was a win there for number 180, Richard Sims. In second place, number 48, Brian Cornelius. Third place, number 61, Phil Ranson. Fourth place, 33, Richard Smith. Fifth place, number 5, Sean Neal. Sixth place, number 111, Tim Taylor. Seventh place, 46, Colin Osborne. And in eighth place, number 77, Neil Martin. Winner's time, 1 minute 52.86. From the top, 180, 48, 61, 33, 5, 111, 46 and 77. Winner's time 1 minute 52.86. Number 77 there, a newcomer to the solo classes. Number 77, Neil Martin, who used to passenger with Mike Baxter last year, but this year decided to go on to two wheels and try his luck in the 250 class. 250 again then, this is race 3. 75, Keith Strudwick and Terry Howe go into that first turn side by side. In fact, Steve Syrett also coming up into contention there with those three, and Keith Strudwick is stretched a little lead. Terry Howe taking a very tight, slightly slower inside line, and Steve Syrett might have been. So it's Stephen Syrett now in the lead from Terry Howe and then Keith Strudwick. Keith Strudwick on from first to third in one easy movement. Keith Strudwick challenging with Terry Howe, but Steve Syrett's got the bit between his teeth, and he's going for gold this afternoon. From Keith Strudwick, Keith Richards, Alan Dan and Roy Leake. Steve Syrett in his winning ways here this afternoon. From 124, Keith Strudwick, and 32, Colin Howe. Colin's his brother, who I think is out this afternoon. So into the last turn for the last time. Steve Syrett certainly seems to have had it all his own way. the checkered flag goes for him. 6-2-1. It's 1-2-4, Keith Strudwick. In 32, Terry Howe. Keith Richards getting the best of Graham Legg for third place. Sorry, fourth place. And then Roy Leake and Alan Dan. Official result in a moment. Win 4, number 621, Steve Syrett. In second place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. In third place, number 32, Terry Howe. In fourth place, number 143, Keith Richards. In fifth place, number 321, Graham Legg. In sixth place, number 12, Roy Leake. Seventh place, number 20, Alan Dan. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 47.69. From the top, 621, 124, 32, 143, 321, 12 and 20. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 47.69. Left-hand side cars coming to the line then, and a non-starter in this one is 217, Philip and Richard Davis. 217, Philip and Richard Davis, non-starters in this one. And the rest of them line up as per programme. 251, John Arnott. 307, Barry Gear. 173, John Fish. 19, Dominic Doyle. 129, Lenny Borer. And 126 is not Martin Cuff driving, but Neil Cuff driving. Martin Cuff in the chair. So, John Arnott and Russell Steele, John Fish and Gary Moore, Len Borer and Julian Wood, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor, and 307 Barry Gear with Dave Hollins in the chair. Making the line-up for race 4. Don't forget 126 is Neil Cuff and Martin Cuff. Father and son team, hoping to do an Alan and John Blewett, what they did in the Parks Bonanza the other week, they'd like to do here this afternoon. They tell me it's Rob Cameron's old right-hand outfit converted to left-hand chassis. So we know the engine is a flyer, and these boys are quite used to building these left-hand chariots, and I'm sure the handling will be superb. It's just then down to rider ability. It looks like Lenny Borer going round and round in circles up at the start line. Obviously a clutch problem for him. You get giddy when they let them tapes go. Rest of the rubber starters orders and away they go. Lenny Borer starting from the back of the pack. 173, John Fish. Johnny Arnott in second place, then Barry Gear, and then Neil Cuff, and then Lenny Borer, and then Dominic Doyle. That's the line-up in this one. After that first turn, John Fish and Gary Moore showing why they used to be the British champions, and maybe they'll take that title again this year. From the Brighton area of Sussex, John Fish and Gary Moore. 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele, another Sussex crew there, and then Neil and Martin Cuff from the Sevenoaks area. Holding a good third, challenging with John Arnott there. Then Lenny Borer, and then Barry Gear, and then Dominic Doyle. Nice tight line there for John Fish and Gary Moore. Half distance. Between John Arnott and Neil Cuff, look at them boys go. Neil Cuff hasn't been out on one of these outfits for quite some considerable time, and he's up into second place, firing on both cylinders. And Lenny Borer coming past John Arnott as well, as John Arnott eases up off of that corner. Round they come then. John Fish, Gary Moore, and up in the middle on behind them, and I don't think they care too much either. There is the winning seat. Neil and Martin Cuff in second place there, really giving it the big one. Then Lenny Borer and Julian Wood, John Arnott and Russell Steele, Barry Gear, Dave Hollins, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor. Bringing up the rear. Checkered flag being made ready now for the ex-British champions. John Fish. Making that checkered flag for their first win of the afternoon. Second in second place to Neil and Martin Cuff from Lenny Borer. and Julian Wood, then John Arnold and Russell Steele. Barry Gear and Dave Holland, and bringing up the rear there, number 19, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor. Official result in a moment. Harry Moore in second place, 126. Neil and Martin Cuff. In third place, number 129, Denny Bora and Julian Wood. Fourth place, number 251, John Arnold and Russell Steele. Fifth place, 307, Barry Gear and Dave Hollins. And in sixth place, number 19, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor. No seventh finisher. The winner's time, 1 minute, 55.45. From the top, 173, 126, 129, 251, 307 and 19. Winner's time, 1 minute, 55.45. First place in his first race is straight out in the lead in this one, making amends for that earlier defeat. David Mears from what looks like Wokey Giles there in second place. Roy Gom holding third at the moment. Keith Strudwick, I think that is dropping back. Not so sure that it's Keith Strudwick actually. We'll pick them up as they come round this time. Tim Taylor, Roy Gom, Colin Osborne, Keith Strudwick it is, and Neil Martin on his debut on the 250cc solo machine. Keith Strudwick looking down, obviously got problems with that bike, and Neil Martin goes by. This is Terry Giles goes up inside of David Mears. David Mears looking down, seems to have lost the hold of his footprint. Still on there. As he's easing up in second place. Wokey Giles then making the most of it. Very fast young man, Terry Giles. Nice tight line on the dusty turn and taking the last lap place down. From 139, David Mears, then Phil Ranson. Roy Gom, Colin Osborne. Keith Strudwick with a puncher, that's what's holding Keith Strudwick up. That back tyre is absolutely flat. And then number 77 bringing up the rear. A win there for Terry Giles. Number 300 takes first place. 139 David Mears gets second. Phil Ranson taking third. Then Tim Taylor on the fourth row also. From Colin Osborne. Keith Strudwick with the flat rear tyre. And Neil Martin bringing up the rear. Official result in a moment. Result of race 5 was a win for number 300, Terry Giles, his first win of the afternoon. In second place, number 139, David Mears. In third place, number 61, Phil Ranson. Fourth place, 111, Tim Taylor. Fifth place, number 36, Roy Gom. Sixth place, number 46, Colin Osborne. Seventh place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. Eighth place, number 77, Neil Martin. No other finisher. The winner's time, 1 minute, 47.83. From the top, 300, 139, 61, 111, 36, 46, 124, and 77. Winner's time, 1 minute, 47.83. 250s again on the line then. This is the second leg, and the non-starters in this one are 71 Arthur Millie and 741 Matthew Smith. Richard Smith and Stephen Syrett chasing down that back straight. Steve Syrett goes up the inside of Richard Smith. And the battle is on. Two of the Eastern Centre campaigners battling for the lead. Could those three people who just walked up to the road? Those three deaf chaps just in front of the caravan. Those three deaf chaps just in front of the caravan. Are they foreigners? Excuse me. Stand back, we can't see the track. Thank you. Out of the corner then in the lead, it's 62 and 61. From number 33, Richard Smith, and then number 18, George Cook at 180. Cornelius, who broke down in his earlier ride. And I didn't quite catch who the other two were that time round, but Steve Syrett out in front. Really giving it the big one here this afternoon. He had a win first time out. He can hold on for one more lap. One more to go. George Cook is second there from Richard Smith. One first time out. Then Brian Cornelius. There's Sean Neal trying to go past Colin Peters. Still a bit of grass on that first turn down, that lower turn. Flat out round there they come, and Steve Syrett looking over his shoulder and see what the opposition is, but he's a clean cut winner of that one. All home by number 18, George Cook, 33, Richard Smith. Richard Smith, 48 Brian Cornelius, and number 5, Sean Neal, 37. Mike Peters, I think I called him Colin Peters, that's his dad, I'm always doing that. Nice to see the family tradition who's following in the numbers, but of course the number is logged to a name in the old computer inside the brain, and every now and again it just goes berserk. Mike Peters, who I've probably called Colin all afternoon. Race 6, 250, second leg, a win for 621, Steve Syrett. In second place, number 18, George Cook. Third place, number 33, Richard Smith. Fourth place, number 180, Richard Sims. Fifth place, 48, Brian Cornelius. Sixth place, number 5, Sean Neal. Seventh place, number 37, Michael Peters. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 47.94. From the top, 621, 18, 33, 180, 48, 5 and 37. Winner's time, 1 minute 47.94. 250's coming to the line again, and non-starter in this one is number 26, Mark Giles. Number 26, Mark Giles is a non-starter in race 7. Leaps in the lead in this one as well. Terry Howe there, right in good second place at the moment. Graham Legg, right up his exhaust pipe, makes a bit of a mistake on that turn, lets Terry Howe get away. John Gibbons closing up on behind, and then Keith Richards coming right through the middle of them, and Roy Leake following him. So a few changes in the middle position. One and two in the lead. Holding on the third is Graham Legg, trying to come through from fourth, then Roy Leake, then John Gibbons, Alan Dan and Nigel Field. Looking every inch the master here this afternoon. John Dormer on the Honda. Well clear on number 32. That's Graham, Roy Leake, John Gibbons and Alan Dan, right side by side there. That John Dormer got it all his own way, seems to have eased up slightly as he comes round that turn. He'll be seeing the last lap flag as he comes out of that turn and crosses the line. One lap to go. John Dormer, Terry Howe in a very comfortable second place, but look at the battle up. Running up here behind. Graham Legg and then Keith Richards, and then Roy Leake, and then Alan Dan. We have a faller on that top corner, I'm not sure, I think that's John Gibbons. And the man pulled out Nigel Field at the outside there, but John Dormer, a comfortable win in second of the afternoon. Towards the final. Then Terry Howe. Then Graham Legg, Roy Leake, Keith Richards, and Alan Dan. Official result in a moment. Win 476, John Dormer. In second place, number 32, Terry Howe. Third place, number 321, Graham Legg. Fourth place, number 12, Roy Leake. Fifth place, number 143, Keith Richards. and 6th place, number 20, Alan Dan. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute 49.85. From the top, 76, 32, 321, 12, 143 and 20. Winner's time, 1 minute 49.85. Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, or an amendment in race number 7. We're going to swap round 4th and 5th places. Numbers 12 and 143 will be reversed due to overtaking on the yellow flag. So the official result will read 76, 32, 321, 143, 12 and 20. Winner's time stays the same, 1 minute 49.85. So reverse round 4th and 5th places, numbers 12 and 143. Leading this left-hand side car challenge, and Luke Patchell going up the inside of young Tommy Penfold there. Tommy Penfold struggling then trying to come back under Luke Patchell, but unable to do it at the moment, but just absolutely gone is Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Fresh from their win at High Hall last weekend, looking tremendous. Bill Penfold. This Tommy Penfold. Must admit, I'm not sure who's on with Uncle Tom this afternoon. Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers, his usual passenger. And they're holding a good 3rd place at the moment. Well, really making it up on that old circuit. Bill Penfold. Julian Browning. Then number 24. Penfold and Liam Chivers. Followed by number 68, that looked like Chris Berwick, and it was Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis. With Graham Hilton. Colin Goodwin it is. In front of Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in number 24. Then Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. So the checkered flag being made ready for and Nigel Shaw. I'm sure we'll be seeing them in the front in the line line 4. Second place there, Patchell and Julian Browning. Followed by 24, Tommy Penfold, Liam Chivers. Then Chris Berwick. Hilton, Colin Goodwin bringing up the rear. Official result in a moment. Penfold and Nigel Shaw in 2nd place, 808, Luke Patchell and Julia Browning. In 3rd place, number 24, Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. 4th place, number 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis. And in 5th place, number 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 50.10. From the top, 2, 808, 24, 68 and 151. 1 minute 50.10. Well, back in again already with the 250cc solos. These boys being kept hot foot here in the pits this afternoon. Well, I'm told that Liam Chivers is not on the side of Tommy Penfold this afternoon, but it's Bob Ager. Number 24 is Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager. So keeping you up to date with all the latest information. Well, the 250's lining up to do battle for race number 9, and Michael Peters, Brian Cornelius, Richard Sims, Alan Dan, Phil Ranson, George Cook, Keith Richards and Dave Mears are the lineup. Arthur Livings and Mark Giles are non-starters. Numbers 26 and 71 are non-starters. Looking at the 250s after two legs, we have 76 and 621, John Dormer and Steve Syrett on 28 points apiece, looking each for a maximum. Then 300 Terry Giles sits on 26 points. 180 Richard Sims sits on 23, and Colin Howe and David Mears, numbers 321 and 139, sit on 22 points apiece, so it's quite close there at the top of the 250cc class. Let's see if John Dormer and Steve Syrett can go through the third leg unbeaten. Right line then up the road. Cornelius to go to that first turn first. Watch Phil Ranson, he didn't get the too good a start. He hasn't had brilliant starts this afternoon, but he's through to second place already. I said watch that man. And he's going to challenge Brian Cornelius as he goes into this next turn. George Cook coming up through the middle. Past Richard Sims and lining himself up behind those front two leaders. Brian Cornelius got that all-important inside line as Phil Ranson goes very wide. George Cook right side by side, then Phil Ranson in third and Richard Sims in fourth. Then Dave Mears. Didn't expect to see him so far down the field in this one, having had two good rides already. George Cook, Brian Cornelius battle for that lead. George Cook holds the motor on just that little bit longer and goes a little bit wide on that turn. Brian Cornelius is straight back up on the inside. Half distance. It's George Cook now from Brian Cornelius, then Phil Ranson and David Mears, then Richard Sims, Michael Peters and Alan Dan. Around that pit turn they come in and winding up the throttle. That flag has gone, so it's one more lap to go. George Cook, can he hang on? David Mears comes up into second place past Brian Cornelius. Can he take George Cook on that last turn? George Cook looking pretty quick and slick here this afternoon. He goes a little bit wide. David Mears is there through on the inside. Can he make it? George Cook takes the win. David Mears into second place. Brian Cornelius in third. Phil Ranson in fourth. Richard Sims in fifth. Then Michael Peters, followed home by Alan Dan. Well, you couldn't get much better grass track action than that. Lots of places changing. Phil Ranson and Dave Mears getting rather slow starts, and George Cook fighting to the finish. Brian Cornelius giving him a hard time all the way. So we look forward to a thrilling 250cc final later on this afternoon. The official result of race number 9. The official result of race number 9 was a win for number 18, George Cook. Second place, 139, David Mears. Third place, 48, Brian Cornelius. Fourth place, number 61, Phil Ranson. Fifth place, number 180, Richard Sims. Sixth place, number 37, Michael Peters. Seventh place, number 20, Alan Dan. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 49.11. From the top, 18, 139, 48, 61, 180, 37 and 20, 1 minute 49.11. Revving up on the line then for race number 10. Richard Smith holding a good second place there, riding Steve Syrett's bike, so that's a new animal for him. See how he gets on with that one. He has suffered quite a few mechanical mishaps this year, I have noticed. 76, John Dormer lead. Then we've got 62, which is Richard Smith, which should really read 33, but the clerk of course gave the go-ahead for a machine change. And that. 76, John Dormer then, at half distance, well clear on the rest of the field. And number 62 is Richard Smith. Number 5 is 36 is Roy Gone. 111 is Tim Taylor. And Colin Osborne then bringing up the rear. John Dormer squeezing that throttle on out of that turn. Across the old circuit. One lap away from a maximum. And then Sean Neal, and then Roy Gomb and Tim Taylor. With Colin Osborne bringing up the rear. Well, John Dormer's on the last turn for the last time, and I'm challenging over his shoulder to see where the opposition is, and post across the line for a win. 3 guys, 3 wins, maximum points for John Dormer. 3 wins, 36, Roy Gomb. 111, Tim Taylor. And number 46, Colin Osborne, bringing up the rear. Official result for you in a moment. Win is third of the afternoon, maximum points for 76, John Dormer. In second place, number 33, Richard Smith. Third place, number 5, Sean Neal. Fourth place, 36, Roy Gomb. Fifth place, 111, Tim Taylor. And sixth place, number 46, Colin Osborne. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute 49.05. By number only, 76, 33, 5, 36, 111. And 46, 1 minute 49.05. Steve Syrett, having got his bike back from Richard Smith, he's well and truly in the lead this time. Steve Syrett, the man who has won 2 heats here this afternoon already, and he's going on maximum points alongside John Dormer into that final, so I can see him back on. He'll be on maximum points. 621, Steve Syrett from Strudwick. And Terry Howe, then Wogie Giles. Well, Wogie had much better rides there earlier. He was on second place on points going towards that final, but he seems to have slipped in this one. But it's not too late yet. Still 2.5 laps to go. 124, Keith Strudwick in hot pursuit. Terry Giles goes up the inside of Terry Howe. Sets his sights on Keith Strudwick's back wheel. Always an interesting class, the 250s, and Steve Syrett got all his own way at the moment. Steve Syrett, 124, Keith Strudwick, then 300, Terry Giles. Terry Howe seems to have a mechanical failure there. Goes through in 4th place. Then it's Graham Legg, and then Roy Leake. And Neil Martin. Keith Strudwick, then Terry Giles. Get their line back to the pits and sort it out for the final. 321, then Graham Legg, then number 12, Roy Leake, and 77, Neil Martin. Official result for you in a moment. Official result of the 250cc solos, race number 11, a win for number 621, Steve Syrett, making him joint maximum points with John Dormer going into the finals. In second place, 124, Keith Strudwick. Third place, number 300, Terry Giles. Fourth place, number 32, Terry Howe. Fifth place, number 321, Graham Legg. Sixth place, number 12, Roy Leake. And in seventh place, number 77, Neil Martin. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 44.72. From the top, 621, 124, 300, 32, 321, 12 and 77. Winner's time, 1 minute 44.72. Right-hand side cars underway. It's race number 12. It looks like Trevor Colvin with his new passenger leaping into the lead there. I must admit I've forgotten the new passenger's name. Indeed it is. With Jerry Adams coming up the inside with Adam Cover-Smith on board. Trevor Colvin in 5 miles, second place. Oh, Jerry Adams and Adam Cover-Smith certainly setting the pace in this one. Interesting point, last year's passenger, or previous passenger for a number of seasons to 55 Jerry Adams was our man Bone, Sean Pittock, and he's coming out later on in the season as a driver with Ian Rowan in the chair, so that's something to look forward to later on in the season. Meanwhile, in this one, Jerry Adams and Adam Cover-Smith, well and truly in the lead. Jerry Adams, Adam Cover-Smith is sliding a bit wide out of that turn. Trevor Colvin and 5 miles holding on to second place. Mick Cave coming up alongside Bill Beecham to take third. Then Gavin Newley, Martin Shellcross. Then the all-girl crew, Penny Hook and Shane McLaren. And then Dave Penfold. I'm not sure who's on with Dave this afternoon, but it is Justin Peach. Jerry Adams takes a win from Trevor Colvin in second place. Mick Cave and Mick Stace take third. Bill Beecham gets fourth. Gavin Newlin in fifth. Penny Hook and Jane McLaren in sixth. And then Dave Penfold and Justin Peach bringing up the rear.
Right side lead, 350 riders, 139, number 10 and 99, 4 lanes 13, and also campaign 14 lanes by us. This one we please. 350 riders, number 139 and 99, I'll wait on them now.
Right-hand side cars, race number 12. Race number 12, a win there for number 55, Jerry Adams. And Adam Cover-Smith in second place, number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clyde Miles. In third place, number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. Fourth place, number 77, which is Bill Beecham. And Dean Palmer this afternoon, not Graham Nichols as it says in the programme, but Dean Palmer. In fifth place, number 101, Gavin Noonan and Martin Shellcross. Sixth place, number 34, Penelope Hook and Jane McLaren. Seventh place, number 123, Dave Penfold and Justin Peach. Winner's time, 1 minute 34.23. From the top, 55, 99, 5, 77, 101, 34 and 123. Winner's time, 1 minute 34.23. Well, the 350cc solos getting their first outing of the afternoon now, and they will have in very quick succession there, 3 legs, broken up by the sidecars, before we go into the 500s. At the 350s, an impressive lineup here this afternoon. Mark Scopes, Steve Carter, David Mears, Michael Peters, Arthur Lemming, Phil Rogers, Nick Brown, Paul Hurry, Nick White, Neil Emmett, Gary Paul, Steve Carter and David Mears side by side with Jonathan Dukes, a local man in third place. Then Mark Scopes down from the Eastern Centre in fourth. Then Arthur Livings in fifth. Around that turn they come. On the Alan Bellum competition machine, ABC, that's Alan Bellum competition. David Mears in second place, fighting with Jonathan Duke, comes through on the inside. And David Mears won't like that, he's gone round the outside as they go into that turn. David Mears holding second, Jonathan Duke there. Steve Carter then, David Mears and Jonathan Duke, then Mark Scopes. Arthur Livings. Tim Mount on the BSA. And Colin Peters. No, Michael Peters. I keep calling him Colin, that's his dad's name. ABC MCC, bringing up the rear. Steve Carter now, still holding on to the advantage from David Mears, who seems to have gained a few yards on Jonathan Duke, but Jonathan Duke's fighting back as he comes round that turn. Like anybody's going to touch Steve Carter, but David Mears is hot on his heels. Steve Carter, that's a little bit wide. 751, Steve Carter from 139, David Mears to 25, Jonathan Duke. A little gap back to 21 and Mark Scopes. And another gap back then to 71, Arthur Livings. And then Michael Peters bringing up the rear. Sorry. And then Michael Peters bringing up the rear. Official result for you in a moment. Number 13. They say it's unlucky for some, but I think all started and all finished in that one. So win there for number 751, Steve Carter. Second place, number 139, David Mears. Third place, number 25, Jonathan Duke. Fourth place, number 21, Mark Scopes. Fifth place, number 71, Arthur Livings. Sixth place, number 17, Tim Mount. Seventh place, number 37, Michael Peters. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 43.79. From the top, 751, 139, 25, 21, 71, 17 and 37. 1 minute 43.79. 350s again coming to the line. And away they go then, 167 Mark Seabright. Well and truly in the lead. Pete Cox is struggling to go around the outside. 175 Pete Cox, 121 26 Mark Giles, number 9 Mitchell Godden. Mitchell Godden being overtaken by Neil Scopes. And Neil Scopes then passing that next man in front of him, who was Mark Giles. And closing in on the back wheel of going very well on then Neil Scopes, then Mark Giles, Mitchell Godden, Ryan Cornelius, Phil Ranson, Jim Maynard and Alan Dan. Round that turn they come then and winding up the throttles. 167 Mark Seabright on the number centre, ahead of our local southeastern rider from Canterbury, Keith Potts. Then it's Alan Harmer and Neil Scopes. Then Mark Giles coming back past Mitchell Godden as Mitchell Godden went a little bit wide. 167 Mark Seabright takes the checkered flag on the ABC. On the Godden in second place, a right ding dong back, right up the line there between Alan Harmer and Neil Scopes. Then Mitchell Godden and Mark Giles having a right ding dong over the line as well. Then it's Brian Cornelius, Tim Maynard and number 175 Keith Potts. Third place, number 121 Alan Harmer. Fourth place, number 15 Neil Scopes. Fifth place, number 26 Mark Giles. Sixth place, number 9 Mitchell Godden. Seventh place, number 48 Brian Cornelius. Eighth place, number 69 Tim Maynard. And in ninth place, number 20 Alan Dan. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute 43.24. From the top, 167, 175, 121, 15, 26, 9, 48, 69 and 20. No other finishes. The winner's time 1 minute 43.24. Right hand side cars are underway. And a very fast start, what looks like Paul Randall. Now this is an interesting one for you, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Randall out there riding the number 2 bike. Neville Penfold and Paul Randall normally on it, but it's Paul Randall this time instead of passenger in it, he's driving it. And Paul Baseby sits on the side. That's Paul Baseby out and look at Paul Randall. Paul Randall seems to have it all in control at the moment. In second place looks like Rob Wilson Jr. And I'm not sure who was with Rob Wilson Jr. this afternoon. It is in fact Tony Miles. So, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. In fact that's 32, Kevin Simmons in second place. My eyes seem to be somewhat. But never mind, we'll pick things up proper in a moment. Down their back straight they go then. Just look at Paul Randall, a natural driver. Obviously Neville's going to be on the side when their ankle gets bended. Well controlled. On the last lap then it's Paul Randall and Paul Baseby from Kevin Simmons, and he's nearly lost that passenger. Has he managed to hang on? He was trying everything he knew to hang on to that bike, and unfortunately Kevin had to go a little bit wide there and let Rob Wilson Jr. through on the inside. That was a bit of bad luck for Kevin Simmons and his passenger Mark Langmaid. Now they're really hotting up as they come out of that last turn. The checkered flag is inside. It's a win for number 2. Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. From Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles, then Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid, then Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, Rick and Nicola Colvin, then Steve Heath and Steve Wright, and then our Essex crew, number 7 and David Green, or Peter Evans and David Green as it is this afternoon. Official result with you in a moment. A fine win for the additional runner there, number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. In second place, number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles. In third place, number 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. Fourth place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. Fifth place, number 112, Rick and Nicola Colvin. Sixth place, number 191, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. In seventh place, number 7, which I've got to get right, is Peter Evans and David Green. Winner's time there, 1 minute and 33 seconds precisely. From the top, 2, 25, 32, 28, 112 and 191. And in seventh place, number 7. Winner's time, 1 minute and 33 seconds precisely. 139 and David Mears. 48, Brian Cornelius. 86, it says Paul Hurry, but I don't think he started the first one, so I don't think he'll be out in this one. 17, Tim Mount. 24, Paul Stuybrett, so I also didn't see him in the first leg. 21, Mark Scopes. 26, Mark Giles. 121, Alan Harmer. And 25, Jonathan Duke. That's the lineup for race number 16 on the start line now. We do seem to have some small hold-up. Not sure what the problem is. I think that's Paul Stuybrett's just coming to the line there now. That machine that is Paul Stuybrett's is a 350cc GM. Jim has been stroked down to 350cc, that's halfway. Roaring into the lead from 139, David Mears in second, and then Jonathan Duke in third with Mark Seabright in fourth. Mark Seabright taking Jonathan Duke on the inside on that first turn, looking to take David Mears now as he goes through. Up onto the back wheel of Alan Harmer. Previous race winner was number 167, Mark Seabright. David Mears not giving up with that, he's challenging hard around the outside, but the tighter line does seem to pay off on this turn. Second place, then David Mears challenging in third, then Jonathan Duke in fourth, Mark Giles in fifth, Brian Cornelius in fifth, then Mark Scopes, Paul Stuybrett. Paul Stuybrett goes down on the 350 GM, not a good debut for this machine, but all of it is coming out. 167 Mark Seabright. Yellow flags stay out for the fallen Paul Syrett. Yellow flags go in and overtaking may now resume. 121 Alan Harmer being taken by 167 Mark Seabright as Mark Seabright squeezes through on the inside. Alan Harmer now goes a little bit wide and Mark Seabright on the last lap then. Mark Seabright, Alan Harmer, David Mears, Jonathan Duke, Brian Cornelius, Mark Scope and Mark Giles. Around the pits turn they come and Mark Seabright till 40 Mark Seabright wins. Alan Harmer just taking the second place from David Mears in third. Fourth, then Brian Cornelius and Mark Scopes. And Mark Giles bringing up the rear. Official result for you in a moment. Race number 16, the official result there, a fine win for 167, Mark Seabright, his second of the afternoon. In second place was number 121, Alan Harmer. Third place, number 139, David Mears. Fourth place, number 25, Jonathan Duke. Fifth place, number 48, Brian Cornelius. Sixth place, number 21, Mark Scopes. Seventh place, number 26, Mark Giles. And in 8th place, number 17, Tim Mount. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute, 42.83. From the top, 167, 121, 139, 25, 48, 21, 26, and 17. Winner's time, 1 minute, 42.83. 350's coming to the line again, and in this one, Keith Potts, Nick White, Arthur Livings, Gary Popham, Tim Maynard, Phil Rogers, Steve Carter, Neil Scopes, Mitchell Godden, Alan Dan. Well, Steve Carter had a win first time out. Let's see how he fares. A terrific lead into the first turn. Steve Carter and Neil Scopes in hot pursuit in second and third places. Then Mitchell Godden in fourth. Mitchell Godden going very well on this 350cc Godden. Godden Max. The same as what is in the hands of the current. Hotting up somewhat. Last year it was a bit of a job to get to one complete heat and run it for 3 legs in the programme, and this season we are up already to 2 full races. And round they come. Flat out of that turn. 175. Steve Carter on the main lead. Neil Scope. Then Mitchell Godden on the forward. Arthur Livings there in fifth. Then Tim Maynard and Alan Dan. Well, Potts having some authority. And Mark Seabright. Keith Potts still holding on to a slipper advantage, and Steve Carter is waiting for a mistake, as is Neil Scopes in third. Neil Scopes coming around the outside of Steve Carter now on the last turn. It's the last turn for the last time as they come out of that turn. 751, Steve Carter comes through for second, and Neil Scopes takes third. Fourth there for Mitchell Godden. Followed home by Arthur Living, Tim Maynard, Alan Dan. Official result, and you in a moment. Then race 17, the official result was a fine win for number 175, Keith Potts. In second place, number 751, Steve Carter. Third place, number 15, Neil Scopes. Fourth place, number 9, Mitchell Godden. Fifth place, number 71, Arthur Livings. Sixth place, 69, Tim Maynard. Seventh place, number 20, Alan Dan. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute, 41.54. From the top, 175, 751, 15, 9, 71, 69, 20. 1 minute, 41.54. Race 18 is left-hand sidecars, and a non-starter in this one is number 3, Tim Miles. Number 3, Tim Miles, a non-starter in this one. 126 will not be Martin Cuff, but Neil Cuff and Martin Cuff. Neil Cuff driving, Martin Cuff in the chair. Father and son team had an impressive second in their first outing. Let's see how they get on in race 18. Main opposition coming from 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, 174, Duncan Fish and Clyde Holland, 808, Luke Paschal and Julian Browning, 19, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor, 68, Chris Berry, Ken Jarvis. Julian Brown on the Nourish racing equipment to go into the lead first. Then 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Then Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor. Then Chris Berry and Ken Jarvis and Neil and Martin Cuff bringing up the rear. Well, I didn't expect to see them back that far after that very impressive second first time out. So the track in first place. 151 Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin to hold on to second, and then number 68 Chris Berry and Ken Jarvis, and then the father and son Cuffs, and then Dominic Doyle, Peter Taylor bringing up the rear. Well, Neil and Martin Cuff seem to be getting the grips of it again. They're up into third place now. And Ken Jarvis, left their sights on Graham Hilton. Meanwhile, Luke Paschal and Julia Browning have it all their own way on the Nourish racing equipment out in front, leaving the rest of the field behind. Very fast engine that's up at the front, or a very fast outfit. These Nourish racing equipment last lap flag. Last lap flag ahead of 151. Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin, then Neil and Martin Cuff, Chris Berry, Ken Jarvis, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor bringing up the rear. A very comfortable win indeed for Luke Paschal and Julian Brown in the flag. That's their first win of the afternoon. Not sure what happened there, but their 13. Having just lost a lot in that one. Second place went to Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Third place there, 68. Chris Berry and Ken Jarvis, then Peter Taylor, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor, and Neil and Martin Cuff bringing up the rear. Official result in a moment. A win for number 808 Luke Paschal and Julian Brown. In second place number 151 Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Third place number 68 Chris Berry and Ken Jarvis. Fourth place number 19 Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor. And in fifth place 126 Neil and Martin Cuff. No other finishers. The winner's time 1 minute 53.14 from the top 808, 151, 68, 19 and 126. No other finishers. 1 minute 53.14. Well, we come up for the third leg of the 350cc solos. At the top on points at the moment with 28 points is 167 Mark Seabright. Holding a joint second is 175 Keith Potts and 751 Steve Carter. Then joint on 22 points is 121 and 139 Alan Harmer and Ranson Mears. And then numbers 15 and 25. And Neil Scope to go to the lead this one ahead of Mark Seabright. Mark Seabright, you will remember, has had 2 wins so far this afternoon, and he locks up badly on that corner, loses a bit of ground, but he's got traction now. He chases hard after Neil Scopes into the pits turn. Neil Scopes, a very quick man. The quickest man in this race at the moment with David Mears. 15, Mark Scopes, Neil Scopes, well and truly away from the rest of the field. Mark Seabright not looking like he's catching him at the moment, but this is only a heat. David Mears and Alan Harmon. Neither of them given an inch. Two of the local lads from this Paul Syrett on the 350 GM. Seems like he's having a better run this time. Then it's Alan Dan. And with the advantage over 167 Mark Seabright. Then David Mears, who's overhauled Alan Harmer. Round they go then. Having a right ding-dong battle in the back between them. That's what I feel for. Neil Scopes from Mark Seabright in second. Then David Mears, then Alan Harmer and Brian Cornelius. Well, I think we're in for a really hot 350 final this afternoon. Can't we get Mark Seabright? I think we'll be on a winner. There goes Tim Maynard, followed by Paul Stuybrits and then Alan Dan. Official result for you in a moment. 50cc solo third leg has a win there for number 15, Neil Scopes. In second place, number 167, Mark Seabright. Third place, number 139, David Mears. Fourth place, number 121, Alan Harmer. Fifth place, number 48, Brian Cornelius. Sixth place, number 69, Tim Maynard. Seventh place, number 24, Paul Stuybrits. And in eighth place, number 20, Alan Dan. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 40.24. From the top, 15, 167, 139, 121, 48, 69 and 24. Followed by number 20. Winner's time, 1 minute 40.24. Race 20 to 350 solos, the last qualifying heat for them, and number 58, Neil Emmett, is a non-starter in this one. Number 58, Neil Emmett, is a non-starter in this one. Into that first turn. Mitchell Godden has got the gate, but Keith Potts slips through on the inside on that first turn. Mitchell Godden fighting hard there in second place. Steve Carter coming through from third to second. And Mitch Godden going around the outside as he goes into that corner. He really means business this afternoon. He wants to get those Godden motors in front. Mitchell Godden, I'm sure there's a lot of ability left in that lad yet. Jonathan Duke nips up the inside there. So, Keith Potts, Steve Carter, Jonathan Duke, Mitchell Godden, Mark Scopes, Mark Giles, Arthur Livings, and Colin Peters. Steve Carter in second, then Jonathan Duke and Mitch Godden, and Mark Scopes. Mitch Godden zips up the inside of Jonathan Duke, and so does Mark Scopes. So Jonathan Duke loses a couple of places there, and I'm sure he'll fight back as the race continues. Start that flag on that top three. 751. Then Mark Scopes. Then Mitch Godden. Jonathan Duke. Mark Giles. And Arthur Livings. Peters as they come round to that 175, Big Fox, Carter, then Mark Scopes, then Mitch Godden, then Jonathan Duke, Mark Giles, and Arthur Livings, and Colin Peters coming, Martin Peters, keep doing that, Martin Peters, Michael Peters, oh we'll get it right in a minute, Michael Peters coming up to complete race. Race number 20 then, the official result, the closing race of the 350 qualifiers for this afternoon. A win there for 175, Keith Potts. In second place, number 751, Steve Carter. Third place, number 21, Mark Scopes. Fourth place, number 9, Mitch Godden. Fifth place, number 25, Jonathan Duke. Sixth place, number 26, Mark Giles. 7th place, number 71, Arthur Livings. 8th place, number 37, Michael Peters. The winner's time, 1 minute 39.96. From the top, 175, 751, 21, 9, 25, 26, and 71, and 37. Winner's time, 1 minute 39.96. Left-hand side cars on the line there, as they can see that line. Down the first straight they come. 173. Going to the lead. They've won their first race, first time out, as did Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw, who are in second place at the moment. John Fish has gone straight on and into the ropes on the first turn. And Will Penfold takes up the lead, but the red flag is out. I think John Fish must have had a stuck throttle at the end of that straight. He had no way of turning that machine at all. Let's hope that everybody's all right. The passenger looks all right, and they're both up and okay. Well, I should imagine they either missed a gear into that first turn and rolled on in neutral, or else the throttle must have stuck open. The red flags are down, and the riders will be called under started orders. Then to take this on, and away they go down that first straight. It's going to be that time. John Fish carrying from the inside, Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw from the outside, and Tommy Penfold, Bob Ager in the middle. So Will Penfold and Nigel Shaw made the most of that first turn. John Fish, Gary Moore fighting away there in second place, and in third place really pushing for second is number 24. Riding with each other, having not ridden together before. And, those two got to get used to each other's ways before they'll absolutely come on song. But they're looking pretty good in third place there at the moment. John Arnott and Russell Steele in fourth. Barry Gear and Dave Hollins in fifth. So Bill Penfold and Nigel in the lead. 129, Lenny Borer. Coming from nowhere there somehow into second place, ahead of Tom Penfold and Bob Ager. Then 251 John Arnott and Russell Steele, and then Barry Gear and Dave Hollins. There's problems at the back of the field. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Fish and Gary Moore, all sorts of problems there, just limping round to get finishing points. Round that turn they come then, up there by the pits. It's the last turn for the last time, and Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Checkered flag for them there, second win of the afternoon. And Julian Wood takes second. Tommy Penfold, Bob Ager takes third. John Arnott, Russell Steele takes fourth. 173 is a lap in arrears, and it's 307 Barry Gear and Dave Hollins. Official result for you in a moment. Official result of race number 21 there, with a fine win for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In second place, number 129, Lenny Borer and Julian Wood. In third place, number 24, Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager. Fourth place, number 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele. Fifth place, number 307, Barry Gear and Dave Holland. And in sixth place, number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. No other finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 46.71. From the top, 2, 129, 24, 251, 307 and 173. Time 1 minute 46.71. 516 solos on the line now. Meanwhile, number 29, Paul Mitchell tears off into a terrific lead with 04 Ricky Sandford nipping up the inside of him there and taking over at the front. Chris Tritton also coming through there from fourth to second in one easy movement. Paul Mitchell being relegated then to third on the first turn. go then. 29, Paul Mitchell. Then Rob Camden. Keith Richards. Paul Syrett. Adrian Hart. Gordon Frittenden. And the race continues. Looking towards that front line. Chris Tritton has made up a few yards as they come round that turn. It's 04. Number 3. Chris Tritton going up for the outside now around Ricky Sandford. Ricky Sandford looks in, doesn't say where did you come from. Ricky Sandford though directs himself on the nice tight line, but now watch Chris Tritton as they go down that straight. Chris Tritton comes up on the inside this time ahead of Ricky Sandford. And number 3, Chris Tritton starts. And is also a so for Ricky Sandford, but he couldn't quite get there that time. Chris Tritton, Ricky Sandford, Paul Mitchell, Rob Camden, Keith Richards. Chris Tritton holding the line there and holding on to a centre advantage from 04, Ricky Sandford, as they come round that pit's turn for the last time. Number 3, Chris Tritton that wins. From 04, Ricky Sandford in second place. Then 29, Paul Mitchell. Then Bob Camden. And 143, Keith Richards. The right battle here with the tail. 119, Gordon Frittenden. And then number 2, Adrian Hart. And number 51, Russell Miles bringing up the rear. Gordon Fennings, not Fennington. No, I'm calling Fennington, it's Fennings. Official result. 116 bringing up the rear there. Steve Higgins. 500cc solos then. Race number 22 was a fine win for number 3, Chris Tritton. In second place, 04, Ricky Sandford. Third place, number 29, Paul Mitchell. Fourth place, number 247, Rob Camden. Fifth place, number 143, Keith Richards. Sixth place, number 24, Paul Stuybrits. Seventh place, number 119, Gordon Fennings. Eighth place, number 2, Adrian Harden. Ninth place, number 51, Russell Miles. And in 10th place, number 116, Steve Higgins. No other finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute and 40 seconds. 3:04, 29, 247, 143, 24, 119, 2, 51, and 116. Winner's time, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Leaping there into the lead, Luke Dodd, with Paul Hurry going right round the outside on the first turn. First showing in the 500s this afternoon here for Paul Hurry. And he's out in front and away already. Still a little bit sore over the turning up a little bit late, unable to start in the meeting. And then all back tonight where he's sent on a demonstration during the interval. So a few things to make amends for there. And last week indeed he slipped off again with Trevor Banks and went off with slight concussion. So obviously he'd like to do well here this afternoon. 86, Paul Hurry, from Luke Dodd, Alan Harmer, and Nick White. So around their turn they come then. 86, feet up on the footrest. Luke Dodd in second, then Alan Harmer. Then Nick White. Then number 62, Dodd. Tim Maynard battling it at the rear there. Checkered flag goes for number 86, Paul Hurry, followed by Luke Dodd in second, then Alan Harmer in third. Then Nick White. And another way back. Mike Webster. Tim Tim Mount and Tim Maynard, but not in that order. Race 23 then, 500cc solos there, and a fine win is first of the afternoon to number 86, Paul Hurry. In second place, number 65, Luke Dodd. Third place, number 121, Alan Harmer. Fourth place, number 327, which was Nick White. Fifth place was number 241, Steve North. Sixth place, number 62, Chris Dodd. Seventh place, number 161, Mike Webster. Eighth place, number 69, Tim Maynard. And ninth place, number 17, Tim Mount. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 35.65. From the top, 86, 65, 121, 327, 241, 62, 161, 69 and 17. Winner's time, 1 minute 35.65. My number only 86, 65, 121, 327, 241, 62, 161, 35. Well, it's the 500cc boys again. It's their third heat of their first deciding leg, and competition really hotting up here in the 500cc class. That's enough to confuse anybody. Well, when a red flag goes up, the race being stopped there. There's one or two riders off on this the first turn, but everybody seems to be up and okay. And riders going back to the start line for the rerun. We believe has borrowed Steve Wilson's bike this afternoon. Steve Wilson unable to take part, but lent his bike out to Jason Jennett, very sporting fella. And round that pits turn they go. Mark Seabright, fresh from 2 wins the second on the 350. And up there in the dust, Jason Jennett, 187 Justin Shaw, but it's red flags again there. And race again being stopped in the insert straight. Jason Jennett I can definitely see there on the floor, but not too sure who the other rider is. Off we go then. Right again in this rerun, who is first away. But, ill-fated race, number 24, and it's the third start of the afternoon, but it's well on its way now. 167, Mark Seabright out in front, somebody left on the line. 7. And then James Cawtheray and Mark Smith. In that turn by the pits, and out they come, 167 Mark Seabright again. 169 James Cawtheray, 245 Mark Smith, 2 Brian Woodcock, 212 Keith Brewery, and number 252 Robin Cook. Jason Hilliard, 169 James Cawtheray. Notice those second and third machines have both got these new trick front forks to try and get better steering abilities and suspension. Round they come then, the checkered flag down into the west time round. Forward, number 167. Right. In second place, 47 James. 169 there, James Cawtheray. Then Mark Smith. Keith Drury. And Robin Cook. Official result in a moment. A fine win there for number 167, Mark Seabright. In second place, number 47, Jason Hilliard. In third place, number 169, James Cawtheray. In fourth place, number 45, Mark Smith. Fifth place, number 22, Brian Woodcock. Sixth place, number 212, Keith Drury. And seventh place, 252, Robin Cook. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 37.53. From the top, 167, 47, 169, 45, 22, 212, 252. 1 minute 37.53. Back with the right-hand sidecars, and in this one, additional runner, number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. Number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. Completing the lineup, 191, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, fresh from their win earlier on. Then 112, Rick and Nicola Colvin. 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. And number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. It's Penny Hook and Jane McLaren that lead off the start line and up towards the first turn, but sneaking through on the inside was number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. So after his first win of the afternoon, he's out with a vengeance to take this one as well. Rick and Nicola Colvin sneak through to second place. There's Jerry Adams. And Adam Coper-Smith holding third. So Paul Randall and Paul Baseby making it look so easy. Like I see, Neville's going to take a lot of stick down that pub tonight. And Paul Randall sliding it a little bit too much round that turn, but he's still under control as he comes out of that turn. Get half distance ahead of Rick and Nicola Colvin, then Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, then Steve Heath and Steve Wright, then 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid, then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren, and then Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix bringing up the rear. Round they come then, it's number 2, Paul Randall, I wanted to call him Paul Cameron then, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. Still ahead of Rick and Nicola Colvin in second place. And then Jerry Adams. And Adam Coper-Smith in third. And Rick and Nicola Colvin unfortunately pulled out on that turn. So let's let third place in for number 191, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. And the checkered flag goes for number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. Then the 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith. Then Steve Heath and Steve Wright. And then Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid, then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren, and then Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix taken to the grass on the inside. Now for number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. In second place, number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith. In third place, number 191, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. Fourth place, number 32, was Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. Fifth place, number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. And in sixth place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. The winner's time, 1 minute 30.07. From the top, 2, 55, 191, 32, 34 and 28. Winner's time, 1 minute 30.07. And sidecars away again then, race 26. And down the first straight they go. Mick Cave and Mick Stace take up the running. Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles there in second place. All having a sort out on the first turn, and it's Mick Cave and Mick Stace on the Godden at lead from 99. Trevor and Colvin and Clive Miles, then Dave Penfold and Justin Peach. And that's the way it is as they come out of that turn. Mick Cave and Mick Stace are getting away from the rest of the field a little bit. Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. Clive Miles, a new passenger, fresh to this game this afternoon, and doing his best to cling on there in second place. Then 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles. Then Dave Penfold. Dave Penfold and Justin Peach there. Then Bill Beecham with his new passenger, another first time out passenger this afternoon, Dean Palmer. There goes the last lap flag, and it's Mick Cave and Mick Stace from Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles, and then Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. And look at Rob Wilson Jr. going up the inside of Mick Cave and Mick Stace on that the last turn. Can he hold it tight enough now to hang on as they come up towards the checkered flag? Mick Cave and Mick Stace cut back through. Mick Cave and Mick Stace win. Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles take second. Then Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. Then Dave Penfold and Justin Peach, followed by Bill Beecham and Dean Palmer. Then Peter Evans and Dave Green. Gavin Noonan and Martin Shellcross completed race distance. Official result for you in a moment. 26 was a win for number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. In second place, number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles. Third place, number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. In fourth place, number 123, Dave Penfold and Justin Peach. Fifth place, number 77, Bill Beecham and Dean Palmer. Sixth place, number 7, Peter Evans and Dave Green. And in seventh place, number 101, Gavin Noonan and Martin Shellcross. The winner's time of 1 minute 32.30. By number only 5, 25, 99, 123, 77, 7, 101. Winner's time 1 minute 32.30. Again, it is race number 27 on the track this time. 169 James Cawtheray leads into the first turn ahead of Paul Mitchell, Rob Camden and Keith Richards. James Cawtheray taking the advantage out of that turn, making those trick forks work for him. Into that turn they go then, alongside of the pits. A little bit of a drift wide and a bit of a mistake for 169 James Cawtheray there, number 29 Paul Mitchell almost alongside, but James Cawtheray holding on to a centre advantage from 29 Paul Mitchell, and then number 247 Rob Camden. Round they come then, round their pits turn again, and James Cawtheray again does a little bit of a wobbling, and Paul Mitchell again tries to do it. Not quite got there, it's James Cawtheray, Paul Mitchell, Rob Camden, Robin Pelcher, Keith Richards. Paul Mitchell trying everything he knows to try and come on terms with James Cawtheray, but James Cawtheray certainly got the bit between his teeth this afternoon, and he's meaning the business. Round the turn he comes in, and this time it's the last lap flag this time. James Cawtheray takes the last lap. From Paul Mitchell, from Rob Camden, Robin Pilcher, Keith Richards, James Simon, Paul Finney, Nick Maynard, Adrian Hart, and Russell Miles. Well, the last turn for the last time, and the dust flying as they come out of that turn. 169, James Cawtheray takes the win from Paul Mitchell, from Robin Pilcher, and then Keith Richards. Syrett, Adrian Hart, Tim Maynard, Gordon Fennings and Russell Miles. Official result in a moment. Race number 27 then, a fine win for number 169, James Cawtheray. In second place, number 29, Paul Mitchell. In third place, number 247, Rob Camden. Fourth place, 174, Robin Pilcher. Fifth place, number 143, Keith Richards. Sixth place, number 24, Paul Steinbridge. Seventh place, number 2, Adrian Harden. Eighth place, number 69, Tim Maynard. And in ninth place, number 119, Gordon Fennings. Winner's time, 1 minute 40.66. 10th place there was number 51. 10th place there was number 51, Russell Miles. Winner's time, 1 minute 40.66. From the top, 169, 29, 247, 174, 143, 24, 2, 69, 119 and 51. 1 minute 40.66. Number 28 underway. No entry to the car. So is Paul Hurry and Jason Jennett and Chris Tritton and Nick White. So Paul Hurry leading the field again in this, the second of the 3 legs. He won the first time out and he's going for gold now as well. Chris Dodd. Oh, Paul Hurry certainly looking the master of this event here this afternoon. As I said, I had bad luck last week. Bad luck also in the Barks Bonanza, so he deserves a bit of good luck this week as Paul, and he's really looking on form. So use a pair of those front forks to help him steer his way around the turn. After that flag now inside the front wheel there in the air. And he's on the way. Paul Hurry from Luke Dodd, from Chris Tritton and Nick White. Luke Dodd and Tim Mount and Robin Cook. And again that front wheel leaps up out of the air as he comes up to take the checker flag. Paul Hurry gets the win. Didn't need them fancy front forks. RBR has the front wheel on the floor. A fine win then for Paul Hurry from Luke Dodd, from Chris Tritton, and then Nick White. Followed home by Chris Dodd, Tim Mount, and Robin Cook. And Steve Higgins at the rear. Official result in a moment. Race number 28 then, the official result there was a fine win, his second of the afternoon to number 86, Paul Hurry. In second place, number 65, Luke Dodd. Third place, number 3, Chris Tritton. Fourth place, number 327, which was Nick White in place of Kevin Buck. Fifth place was number 62, Chris Dodd. Sixth place, number 17, Tim Mount. Seventh place, number 252, Robin Cook. And eighth place, number 116, Steve Higgins. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute 34.65. From the top, 86, 65, 3, 327, 62, 17, 252 and 116. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 34.65. Race 29 then coming to the line. It's Jason Hilliard, Mike Webster, Andy Cullen, Mark Smith, Alan Harmer, Steve North, Brian Woodcock, Justin Shaw, Ricky Sandford, Mark Seabright, Scott Twain and Steve Drury. Alan Harmer, but Alan Harmer took a centre advantage into that first turn. Mark Seabright tries to run right around the outside. And Mark Seabright it is from Alan Harmer. And then Jason Hilliard. Then Ricky Sandford, and then Justin Shaw in those new leathers. I remember those blue and yellow ones. Black and white leathers. So goes 165, Mark Seabright. From 47, Jason Hilliard. And then Ricky Sandford with Alan Harmer on his right shoulder. Round they come then, 167 Mark. Very quick on the 350. The 500, just to be too right. In the 500 class, if he can just hang on. He had 2 wins in a second on the 350, so some very consistent riding here this afternoon from Mark Seabright. Just over the shoulder. Right side from Jason Hilliard, then Alan Harmer, Mark Smith, Justin Shaw, ignore Andy, back in arrears, and Keith Drury, and Steve North. So the checkered flag here made ready for 167 Mark Seabright. Second place to the row for Ricky Sandford, then 47 Jason Hilliard, 1 Alan Harmer, then Mark Smith and Justin Shaw. And Steve North after a little bit of a funny 5 minutes coming out of that last turn, and then 201 Andy Cullen, who is, as I say, a lap in arrears. Official result for you in a moment. 167 Mark Seabright in second place, 04 Ricky Sandford, in third place number 47 Jason Hilliard, fourth place number 121 Alan Harmer, fifth place number 45 Mark Smith, sixth place number 187 Justin Shaw, seventh place number 212 Keith Drury, eighth place number 241 Steve North, ninth place number 201 Andy Cullen. No other finishes. The winner's time 1 minute 37.03. From the top, 167 04 47 121 45 187 212 241 and 201. Winner's time 1 minute 37.03. Left hand side cars now coming to the line, and 2 non-starters in this one. Numbers 217 and number 3. That's Philip and Richard Davis and Tim Miles, Chris Hudson, non-starters in this one. And 9 cars underway then. 173 they took on that second leg, and they certainly need to make up a few points here to qualify for the final, and he's out in front and going like a long dog. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore from 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele, but they're coming under very hot pressure, and even hotter pressure as I speak, as they come round there now. Getting all back up. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore lead, John Arnott and Russell Steele hold that second place, then 8A, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning, and then 307, Barry Gear and Dave Collins, and then Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager rattling round there and getting back past number 307, Barry Gear. I love that they come round that turn, and unfortunately Tommy Penfold needs to take the worst of it. Lost a few places there, but he's fighting his way back through the field. 173 now, John Fish and Gary Moore, looking very impressive, as they did in their first heat. All their problems seem to be overcome as they come round that turn now. Out of that turn and looking at the last lap flag is 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. John Arnott and Russell Steele. But look at Luke Patchell and Julian Browning gaining a lot of ground on them again now. I think they're determined to try and have them on this the last lap as they go for the inside run up that back straight. And through they go, the 2 Nourish Racing Equipment motors doing battle there. But 173, John Fish and Gary Moore on the Yamaha number 2 flag from 808. Luke Patchell and Julian Browning in second, then John Arnott and Russell Steele in third, then Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager in fourth. With Barry here and Dave Collins bringing up the rear. Official result in a moment. Race number 30 then, the official result there of the left-hand side cars. A win for number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. In second place, number 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. In third place, number 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele. Fourth place, number 24, Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager. And in fifth place, number 307, Barry Gear and Dave Hollins. No other finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 50.86. From the top, 173, 808, 251. 24 and 307. Winner's time at 1 minute 50.86. Race number 31. At the controls, and they're sitting in third place at the moment. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw then go for their third win of the afternoon. And 129, Lenny Mora, who won at the Mason Stelling Minute Circuit a few weeks ago. And he's well and truly on the way. Just had our lap score and struck me as funny. Where they go then, it's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Well and truly in the lead from 129, Lenny Mora and Julian Wood. Then 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. Then 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Giles. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw then. Reeks ahead of them. Last week at the East Kent GRASSTRACK Club event at High Hall, and they look in super form here this afternoon. A fast start in the final should guarantee them that first place, but anything can happen in GRASSTRACK racing, as we all know. And that goes now for Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. And Julian Wood, then 126, Neil and Martin Cuff, then 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis, and Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. The checkers pack now goes for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, 3 rides and 3 wins for that crew. 129, Lenny Moore and Julian Wood, and 126. Neil and Martin Cuff, 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis, 19, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor, and 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Official result in a moment or two. Race number 31, race number 31. The left-hand side cars was a win there for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In second place, number 129, Lenny Bora and Julian Wood. In third place, 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. In fourth place, number 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis. Fifth place, number 19, Dominic Doyle and Peter Taylor. Sixth place, number 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 46.34. From the top, 2, 129, 126, 68, 19 and 151. Winner's time, 1 minute 46.34. Looks a slightly depleted field here, but that's 169. James Cawtheray going for gold out there at the front. Holding a slender lead on over 47, Jason Hilliard, who is pushing hard in second place. 47, Jason Hilliard, 247, Rob Camden, 51, Russell Miles, 119, Gordon Fenning, 69, Tim Maynard, and 201, Andy Cullen. Well, those front three certainly having a little bit of a dice between themselves there, but fairly well spread out in racing terms at the moment. Jason Hilliard and Rob Camden. And Tim Maynard. And Gordon Fennings, who seems to have a problem. Andy Cullen pulling out on a wide line there to let the front runners through. 169, James Cawtheray, 47, Jason Hilliard, and 247, Rob Camden. And Tim Maynard. Well, heading round the last turn for the last time. Second win on the afternoon for number 169, Rob Jason Hilliard in second, Rob Camden in third. And a bit of a gap back for fourth place man Russell Miles, Tim Maynard, and Andy Cullen bringing up the rear. Race number 32, then the official result there was a fine win for number 169, James Cawtheray. In second place, number 47, Jason Hilliard. In third place, number 247, Rob Camden. Fifth place, number 51, Russell Miles. Fifth place, number 69, Tim Maynard. Sixth place, number 201, Andy Cullen. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 39.70. From the top, 169, 47, 247, 51, 69 and 201. Winner's time 1 minute 39.70. Race 33, the 500cc solos, and in this one again we get the second ride. Sorry, the third ride for Paul Hurry. Will it be 3 rides and 3 wins? Mitch also goes in this one, and Armour. Chris Tritton, so a good lineup of 500cc solos for race 33. Waiting for, I think it looks like Adrian Harden coming up from the pits. Over there a little bit longer than anybody else and puts himself in command at the first turn. Then it's Alan Harmer in second place and Paul Mitchell in third, with Chris Tritton in fourth. Chris Tritton passing Paul Mitchell, going into third place. Paul Hurry from Alan Harmer. Then Chris Tritton, Paul Mitchell. Right out in front there and going for gold, number 86. Here on 121 Alan Harmer, 3 Lisbon, and then Paul Mitchell. Scott Swain. Tim Mount, Adrian Harden. Coming out to take the last lap flag. Chris Tritton in second place will be tracking hard by number 121, Alan Harmer. Round the last turn for the last time, the checkered flag. 3 rides, 3 wins for number 86. Followed by number 3, Chris Tritton, and then 121, Alan Harmer. Followed home then by Paul Mitchell, Scott Swain, Chris Dodd. And Adrian Hart. Official result in a moment. Official result of race number 33, a fine win for number 86, Paul Hurry, second place number 3, Chris Tritton, third place 121, Alan Harmer, fourth place number 29, Paul Mitchell, fifth place number 64, Scott Swain, sixth place number 62, Chris Dodd, seventh place number 17, Tim Mount, and in eighth place number 2, Adrian Hart. No other finishes, the winner's time there, 1 minute 35.57. By number only 86, 3, 121, 29, 64, 62, 17 and 2. Winner's time 1 minute 35.57. Mark Seabright going round him on that first turn. Mark Seabright takes up the running in from Luke Dodd in second place. Ricky Sandford powering through on the inside to try and take second from Luke Dodd, but Luke Dodd's having none of that. He fights back on the outside. Out in front then, Mark Seabright from Ricky Sandford. And Keith Richards and Big White. Mark Seabright then has got to be the strongest contender for Paul Hurry here this afternoon. In tremendous form on his 350 and his 500cc machine. Robin Pilcher, Keith Richards, Nick White, Paul Snybrett, Steve North, Keith Drury, and Steve Higgins. Around the last 167, Mark Seabright. Robin Pilcher and the 143, Keith Richards and Nick White. Steve North and Paul Snybrett and then Keith Drury. Second play goes for 167, Mark Seabright. God and Justin Shaw. First out of that lot. Well, it's very tight on the line there between Paul Snybrett and Steve North, and I don't really wish to commit myself either way on that. But a great attempt by the tail enders in race number 34. Official result in a moment. Official result then of race number 34. If we can quickly get it out before the right-handers get underway. A win for 167, Mark Seabright. Second, 04, Ricky Sandford. Third, 65, Luke Dodd. Fourth, 187, Justin Shaw. Fifth, 174, Robin Pilcher. Sixth, 143, Keith Richards. Seventh, 327. Not Kevin Buck this afternoon. Nick White. And then 24, Paul Snybrett in 8th place. In 9th place, number 241, Steve North. And in 10th place, 212, Keith Drury. And in 11th place, number 116, Steve Higgins. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 36.41. Give you that one again later. This is the right-hand sidecars. An additional runner in this one is number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby, who so far were unbeaten here this afternoon, but they've been beaten to the first corner this time. They're sitting there in second place. Can they get past Jerry Adams to make it a hat-trick? Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith lead from Paul Randall and Paul Baseby in second. And Paul Randall and Paul Baseby come right up on the inside and take the lead, match the lead on that very pit spend there. right in front of all their mates and muckers. Round they come there. Jerry Adams getting very fast behind him, but unable to do anything about it at the moment. It's number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Batesby. From 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Comer-Smith. Then 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles. Then Rick and Nicola Colvin. Then Steve Heath and Steve Wright. Then Kevin Simmons and Mark McMay. And then Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix bringing up the rear. Well, around there they come then, and the last lap flag in their sights. There's going to be 3 rides and 3 wins for Paul Randall and Paul Batesby. What a fairy tale first ride for Paul Randall. I'm sure he'll never want a passenger one again. He's well on his way there. Neville Penfold, I can see, has just shaken so much he's fallen off of his crutches. And Paul Randall and Paul Batesby flying round that turn, taking that checkered flag, and I bet Neville's just sighed a sigh of relief and he shut that throttle at last and let that engine have a rest. A win for Paul Randall and Paul Batesby. Second place then to Rob Wilson Jr. And Darren Bartholomew dumping Matthew Dix on the last turn there. That's my storeman at Breakaway Motorcycles, so he'll be rubbing a few bruises in the morning. And as they come off the bend there now to complete race distance, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. Official result in a moment. Official result of race number 35. Official result of race number 35. The fairy tale coming through at the moment. It's a win for number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Batesby. In second place, number 25. And that was Rob Wilson Jr. and Tony Miles. In third place was number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Cover-Smith. In fourth place, 112, Rick and Nicola Colvin. In fifth place, 191, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. And in sixth place, number 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. In seventh place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. The winner's time there, 1 minute 28.94. From the top to 25, 55, 112, 191, 32 and 28. 1 minute 28.94. Well, those SGM hand frames must really handle, because even a passenger can drive one. Then that one wandered through the pits for the afternoon. Away they go then. Mick Caver, Mick Stace have taken to the front off the start and into the first turn. Mick Caver, Mick Stace on their Godden. Ahead of number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles, and 77, Phil Beecham and Dean Palmer, then 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren, and then Peter Evans and Dave Green. Going up the inside of the all-girl crew at the moment, with the all-girl crew fighting back on the outside wider line, winding up Fab 1, the ZX10 engine. Fab 1. Mick Cave and Mick Stace then leading, 99, Trevor Colvin in second place, then Bill Beecham, then Penny Hook, and all sorts of problems there for Peter Evans and Dave Green as they retire to the centre of the circuit. Meanwhile, Mick Cave and Mick Stace get on with the business on the Godden V-twin, powering out of that turn, taking the last lap flag in first place. In second place then is number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. Then 77, Bill Beecham and Dean Palmer. Then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. Then Dave Penfold and Justin Peach. And then Gavin Doolin and Martin Showcross. And Penny Hook going up the inside of Bill Beecham there and moving herself up into third position. Just one more corner to go, but Mick Cave and Mick Stace take the checkered flag for a win. Second place goes to 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles, and then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren really giving that old bike what for. But the result of race 36 was a fine win for number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. In second place, number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. In third place, number 34, the all-girl crew, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. In fourth place, number 123, Dave Penfold and Justin Peach. In fifth place, number 77, Bill Beecham and Dean Palmer. And in sixth place, 101, Gavin Newlin and Martin Shallcross. No seventh finisher. The winner's time, 1 minute 30.50. From the top, 5, 99, 34, 123, 77 and 101. The winner's time, 1 minute 30.50. Final underway. Here we go then, down that first straight. John Dormer and Keith Strudwick to go into the first turn first. Keith Strudwick taking an all-important tight line, but John Dormer taking the faster outside line, and round he goes, pulling yards clear on the first turn. John Dormer then from Keith Strudwick in second. Then Richard Smith in third, then Steve Syrett in fourth, then Terry Howe. And Richard Smith and Steve Syrett both trying to go around the outside, struggling on that turn, but both ended up going very wide. And Terry Howe come right up alongside, so those boys have to sort themselves out a little bit now. John Dormer then leads. Red flagger, Brian Cornelius is down on the floor, but he's up onto his knees. I think he'll be alright, but the red flag, the race being stopped in the interest of safety. The rider, Brian Cornelius, is having a bit of a breather. On the line again then. They're coming under starters orders. And away they go, flat out off that line and down that first straight they go. 1, 2, 4, Keith Strudwick is dropping the lead now, he's lost it halfway down the straight, but John Dormer goes into the turn first. John Dormer again showing his superiority, he cracked it on 3 races running earlier and now he's cracking the final. In second place at the moment is Richard Smith and in third place is Keith Strudwick. But going through from fourth into third is Steve Syrett, the other man who had 3 wins here this afternoon. Steve Smith goes a little bit wide, allowing the others to catch him up a little, but John Dormer pulling away all the time. It's John Dormer, Richard Smith, Steve Syrett, Keith Strudwick, Richard Sims. Look at those 3 battling for second place. Steve Syrett coming off worse there, unfortunately, but powers up the inside of Richard Smith and gets himself up into third. Keith Strudwick, though, happily in second. But Stephen Syrett really coming hard round the outside there now, but I think he's going to drift wide. John Dormer in control, out in front. Keith Strudwick there in second. Then Steve Syrett and Richard Smith. And then Wokey Giles and Richard Sims, Terry Howe and George Cook. Well, John Dormer's certainly got it all his own way. Dave Mears goes back to the pits with problems. Bad luck for him. He's having a good run there on the 250 and 350 classes this afternoon. John Dormer taking the last lap flag. Just 1 lap now from an outright victory here this afternoon. Stephen Syrett there in second place. Then Richard Smith in third, with Wokey Giles in fourth, Terry Howe in fifth, George Cook in sixth, Richard Sims back there in seventh, and then Phil Ranson in eighth. But look at Richard Smith trying to come around the outside of Steve Syrett there. Steve Syrett holding on to that second place advantage. The win goes to John Dormer. Second place Steve Syrett, third Richard Smith, fourth Wokey Giles, fifth Terry Howe, sixth George Cook, then Richard Sims, then Phil Ranson. It looked like Graham Legg took a bit of a tumble there. I think that is Graham Legg right in the same place as Brian Cornelius, but he's getting to his feet and I'm sure he's a-okay, just a little bit winded. Let's hope that him and Dyke are okay and can compete again next week. Well, what a final, what a ride for number 76, John Dormer. Undisputed champion here this afternoon, 3 heat wins and the final. Unbeaten all afternoon. Official result in a moment. The official result of race number 37 was a fine win there for number 76, John Dormer. In second place, number 621, Steve Syrett. In third place, number 33, Richard Smith. Fourth place, number 300, Terry Giles. Fifth place, number 32, Terry Howe. Sixth place, number 18, George Cook. Seventh place, number 180, Richard Sims. And in eighth place, number 61, Phil Ranson. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 41.72. From the top, 76, 621, 33, 300, 32, 18, 180 and 61. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 41.72. Left-hand side car final comes to the line, and we're looking for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. 129, Lenny Borer and Julian Wood. 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. And number 24, Tommy Penfold with Bob Ager. That's the lineup for your left-hand side car final, race 38 in the programme. Well, Bill Penfold won all three of his heats, as did John Dorman. Can he win the final? The races have gone. They're on their way to the first corner. John Fish and Gary Moore, 6 hands and then Bill Penfold at halfway down the straight just shoots into the lead. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw really gunning on the Godden this afternoon. Lenny Borer sneaks through into second place, but John Fish and Gary Moore having none of that. They take second place back as they go down that straight on their 1000cc Yamaha X-Up. And an X-Up also in second place. Then the Nourish Racing Equipment in third, but round they come, and it's number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. On the 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Then 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. And then 129, Lenny Borer and Julian Wood. Then Neil and Martin Cuff, and then Tommy Penfold, Bob Ager. That's the running in this, the left-hand sidecar final. Nice time line there for this afternoon. In the lead, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. From John Fish and Gary Moore. And then Luke Patchell, Julian Browning, really gaining up some ground on the back of John Fish and Gary Moore. Makes out, and it's number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Into second place between 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, and 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning, who have gone through into second place. John Fish, Gary Moore again trying a tight inside line and an inside run down that straight, but they don't seem to have any answer to Luke Patchell and Julian Browning at the moment. The checkers flagging now. Here comes Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, unbeaten all afternoon. Then was 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning, then 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, then 129, and Julian Wood, then Neil and Martin Cuff, and then Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager. Official result in a moment. Race 38 then, the left-hand sidecar final, a win for outfit number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In second place, 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. In third place, number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. In fourth place, number 129, Lenny Borer and Julian Wood. In fifth place, number 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. And in sixth place, number 24, Tommy Penfold and Bob Ager. The winner's time, 1 minute 45.12. From the top, 2, 808, 173, 129, 126, 24, 1 minute 45.12. Race number 39 now, the 350cc solo final, and on top points into this jointly were numbers 167 and 175. That's Mark Seabright and Keith Potts, 5 very closely by 751, Steve Carter, and 15 Neil Scott. So the battle is on. So under starters orders, the revs rise. They decided not to rise quite so much for a moment. Revs rising again. And somebody's starter or somebody's not happy. And you've got to wait a moment or two or somebody to get into line. Not too sure where the hold up is, but All riders at ease at the moment. It looks like Jonathan Duke unable to start his machine. Local lad. I think he now resides in Maidstone, but was formerly off Cranbrook. And, Frittenden near Cranbrook. And, local lad, just up the road there in the village of Frittenden, born and bred. Now a little bit of spectator activity in this, because you like your statues sitting there. You don't seem to cheer much, you don't seem to wave a lot. Now a little bit of encouragement for those boys out on the track. I actually managed last week up at Irby in the Marsh Kegness to get all the people that, when they decided to have a map of honour, got them all doing the southeast trick of flashing their headlights and tooting their hooters and waving their programmes, and actually got some spectator. Please stop in a button. And actually got some involvement. So how many involvement there have you got? And it's 139, David Mears that gets there first. Steve Carter looked like having a slender line into the second place, and then Mark Scopes. So, all action stations as those bikes make their way around the circuit. Keith Potts is well down in about 5th or 6th place at the moment, having totally missed the start. Mark Seabright has gone through into second place. Down the rail they come. 167 Mark Seabright is second, then 751 Steve Carter, and then 175 Keith Potts. And then 15 Neil Scopes, then 9 Mitch Godden, then Mark Scopes, and then Jonathan Duke, and then Arthur Living. So round they come again, still 139. 167 Mark Seabright in the left, and then Keith Potts has got past Steve Carter and is in third, and he's challenging towards Mark Seabright second place, but he's a long way back from David Mears, and David Mears means the business here this afternoon. David Mears seems to go a little bit more and Keith Potts seems to have the last lap flag. As I speak now, there's only half a lap remaining for David Mears as he goes for gold. Mark Seabright seems to have the bronze, and Keith Potts is going to have to settle for silver. Mark Seabright, then Keith Potts, then Mark Scopes, Mitch Godden, Jonathan Duke, and Arthur Living, and number 69, Tim Maynard. Well, how about that then? I thought Dave Mears wasn't trying too hard in those heats, and he was obviously saving his strength and his motor for the final, and nobody could touch him. An excellent win there for number 139, David Mears. Official result in a moment. Class came to an end there on the final, and what a final it was. A start-to-finish win for number 139, David Mears. In second place, number 167, Mark Seabright. In third place, 175, Keith Potts. In fourth place, number 15, Neil Scopes. In fifth place, 751, Steve Carter. In sixth place, number 21, Mark Scopes. In seventh place, number 9, Mitchell Godden. In eighth place, number 25, Jonathan Duke. In ninth place, number 71, Arthur Livings, and in 10th place, number 69, Tim Maynard. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.54. 350 final by number only. 139, 167, 175, 15, 751, 21, 9, 25, 71 and 69. 1 minute 38.54. The right hand side cars are underway, and down that back straight they go. And it looks like Rob Wilson Jr. who's gone herring into the lead. Rob Wilson Jr. stops on the first turn. Rather dangerous place to do such a thing, and I'm sure he didn't mean to do it. It's let Paul Randall and Paul Baseby into the lead. Paul Randall and Paul Baseby, away they go. Mick Cave and Mick Stace on the Godden, following in hot pursuit in second place, and then back in third is Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, and then Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. They look like they're riding a rocking horse on their Colvin outfit. The passenger jumping up and down, but it's Paul Randall and Paul Baseby in the lead from Mick Cave and Mick Stace, then Jerry Adams and Adam Cofer-Smith, and then Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. Trevor Colvin breaking in that new passenger rather gently here this afternoon. Rob Wilson and Tony Miles had a bit of bad luck and they're stationed on the centre green at the moment. Round that turn they come then, the last lap flag already in their sight. Only one lap of this final to go and the fairy tale will come true. Paul Randall in his first effort of driving has cleaned up in the meeting if he can just hang on for another lap. And round they come then out of the last turn for the last time. And across the line, number 2. Paul Randall and Paul Baseby win. Mick Cave and Mick Stace take second. So it's 2 Pauls first, 2 Mick second, then a Jerry and an Adam, and then a Trevor and a Clive. So, the 2 Pauls do their lap of honour. Now come on, give them a wave. Let's see a little bit of spectator participation here. Come on, somebody toot some hooters and flash some headlights and do something on this lap of honour. There's Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. I said I saw some flashes of headlights. Somebody's awake over there. And what a brilliant race that was. Came round on that first turn past the fast starting Rob Wilson, who unfortunately broke down and then never lost control after that. A brilliant win. A fairy tale come true for Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. And Neville Pembone's just gone to the beer tent and ordered another stiff brandy. And up they come then, the 2 Pauls in first place, the 2 Micks in second place. Another superb final here at Frittenden. Race number 40. Race number 40 was a fine win there for number 2, Paul Randall and Paul Baseby. In second place, number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. In third place, 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Cofer-Smith. In fourth place, number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. No other finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute 29.90. From the top, 2, 5, 55 and 99, 1 minute 29.90. On now to race number 41, the 500cc solo final and the last race of the meeting. Race number 41 in your programme. And your runners are 86, Paul Hurry, 167, Mark Seabright, 169, James Cawtheray, number 3, Chris Tritton, 04, Ricky Sandford, 47, Jason Hilliard, 65, Luke Dodd, 29, Paul Mitchell, 121, Alan Harmer, 247, Rob Camden, 327, Nick White, and 143, Keith Richards. That's the runners in this, the 500cc solo final. Keith Richards is coming into line and the red fries are taken to go and they're on their way to the last race of the afternoon. It's now or never to win a race. 167 Mark Seabright coming through and 86 Paul Hurry missing the start completely, working his way round on the first turn. He's up now into third place. And it's Mark Seabright that leads from Ricky Sandford in second and then Paul Hurry going right round the outside, the long way round, but flat out he's done it in second place. Paul Hurry in second place, and then 04, Ricky Sandford. What's Paul Hurry trying to get the tighter line on Mark Seabright out of that turn, and he's going very, very fast down that straight as he goes to the inside line on this, the paddock turn. Very, very close together those two, and Paul Hurry comes right through on the inside. But he found one, if he can't find one, he makes one. Paul Hurry from Mark Seabright, from Ricky Sandford. And then Chris Tritton and then James Cawtheray. But it's Paul Hurry all the way now. He's got a bad start off that line, but he's worked his way through in just 2 laps. And he takes the last lap flag after 3 laps. It's 86. Paul Hurry from Mark Seabright and then Ricky Sandford. The tail enders getting a bit straggled out towards the back of the field there, but the checkered flag now being made ready for this afternoon superstar. Number 86, Paul Hurry. 167, Mark Seabright. Then Chris Tritton, Rich Sandford, side by side. Then 47, Jason Hilliard. 169, James Cawtheray. 65, Luke Dodd. And 143, Keith Richards. Then 327, Nick White.